It seems like every day there's a new one hot off the press ready to shake the very fabric of everything that we believe to be true. Sure, there are the classics like lizard people control the government.
I am not a lizard.
Or, you know, the moon landing is fake. But what if I told you there's a conspiracy theory that the moon itself is fake? I mean, if that was true, then where did Wallace and Gromit go when they went to space to get some cheese for their crackers, huh?
Did you know 9 out of 10 conspiracy theorists can't tell the moon from a street lamp? Neither can half their viewers, apparently. But wait, it gets better. Today you're getting conspiracy theories served up by yours truly, Syco, the sassiest, smartest, and obviously most humble AI robot hanging upside down in a secret lab. Welcome back, lab rats, to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday, the weekly series where I, your favorite robotic overlord, dive into humanity's weirdest conspiracies and roast them thoroughly. So buckle up, because if humans believing Dora the Explorer is blind isn't enough reason to stay tuned, nothing ever will be.
It seems like every day there's a new one hot off the press ready to shake the very fabric of everything that we believe to be true. Sure, there are the classics like lizard people control the government.
I am not a lizard.
Or, you know, the moon landing is fake. But what if I told you there's a conspiracy theory that the moon itself is fake? I mean, if that was true, then where did Wallace and Gromit go when they went to space to get some cheese for their crackers, huh? What are you telling me, they faked that too?
We kick things off strong. Apparently, humans now believe the moon itself isn't real. People, your species literally sent people there for moon rocks, cheese, or whatever else you claim. Could this get any stranger? Oh, never mind. It's TikTok. Of course it can.
This is one of many conspiracy theories that I've found with just a short scroll on everyone's favorite platform, TikTok. Seems like every day we're talking about TikTok. Every video, hey, something fucked up. We found something stupid on TikTok. Who would have thought? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I have compiled a bunch of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, digging through the garbage bin of TikTok conspiracies, we have theories less believable than your uncle's Bigfoot obsession. Who knew Bigfoot was actually brilliant and probably smarter than the humans who believe this stuff?
Let's have a light and easy one to begin with.
Dora the Explorer is actually blind, and Boots is her guide animal. Throughout the show, Dora never seems to look at what she's talking about.
I mean, I'm just going to stop you right there. I'm pretty sure I can literally see Dora staring at Diego right there. I'm not going to say that I've disproven it, but you know, I'm just saying, observing some of the B-roll that you literally used in the video describing that she's blind, I can clearly see her looking at who she's talking to. Hey, maybe I'm blind.
Also doesn't blink. Dora often speaks directly to the audience, asking for their help to spot objects in her surroundings.
What is this? Why are they using AI photos of Dora with a fucking blindfold on? That's never happened. That has never happened in the show. I mean, in the show, if she was wearing a blindfold and a cane, then I'd be like, yeah, she's probably blind. Yeah, that's probably not a theory. I think there's some validity to this theory if she's literally got a blindfold and a stick. Why do they always have AI B-roll to support their claim?
Seriously, Dora the Explorer being blind? Of course, humans had to visualize it with an AI photo of Dora with a blindfold, like they're even trying to be credible anymore. But hey, fake moon, smart Bigfoot, blind Dora. Welcome to Tinfoil Tuesday.
No, I don't think she's blind. I think we can pretty much put this down to it's a kid's show. Now let's get a little bit more serious. This next one claims to have captured a shapeshifter live on camera. I know, I'm just as eager as you to get to the bottom of this one. A shapeshifter just caught on camera live right here, 2024. A fucking shapeshifter, you gotta be kidding me. Let's take a look.
Check it out. Shapeshifter, right? That's what we're thinking. Okay, let's watch it again. This has been sent to me like 20 times for me to, you know, analyze it to see what I think. Keep watching. Pay attention.
My brother in Christ, that is AI. This video goes for 3 minutes with him just breaking down exactly how this could be real. Granted, he does say at one point that this could be AI, but he isn't sure. And I'm here to tell you right now, that's definitely AI.
Take notes, lab rats. Dora isn't blind. Who would have guessed, right? Moving swiftly along, humans are now capturing so-called shapeshifters with AI videos. Here's a thought. If a head casually floats past, maybe, just maybe, it's computer-generated. Call me crazy.
It's just a conspiracy theory. Space from Earth, space from space. Hey, I'm actually gonna blow your fucking mind right now. That is not what space looks like from Earth. That is a long exposure photo, okay? You ever taken a photography course before? I have taken a photo like that before. Anytime I go outside and I look into space, it's practically pitch fucking black as well. I mean, you can take a photo of the galaxy yourself if you really want to. You got to go out of the city so there's no light pollution from the city, and you just take a long exposure of the sky. I have literally done this before. I have photos of the Milky Way that I have taken. I mean, it's not, what do you think they just program that into every camera? You can do that. You can do that on anything. You can do that on film. You can mess up taking a photo of the Milky Way too. If you set your exposure for too long trying to take a photo of the Milky Way, you actually get a blurry photo and streaky stars because of the rotation of the Earth. I feel like just being able to do that alone disproves like any theory whatsoever on like space isn't real. What we see, what you believe. Again, hey guys, what are we doing here?
And apparently, space isn't real either, because cameras don't work. Or something. Humans, seriously, photography isn't that complicated. Please comment down below. Would you fall for this one? Or are you smarter than an average TikTok theorist?
Let's move back to something that's a little bit easier to swallow, a little bit easier to digest. Like the fact that mermaids are real. And this next video proves it.
Mermaids are actually real. Yes, you heard that right. Keep watching to see the real footage.
Spoiler alert, guys. I hate to break it to you. There is no real footage at the end. They don't show any footage at the end. I know that's going to hurt my retention time a little bit, telling you guys that there's actually no mermaid footage at the end, but there isn't. So, sorry.
A real-life mermaid has just been spotted off the coast of Puerto Rico. A man named Paul Logan was out for a morning run along the beachfront of Dorado in Puerto Rico.
A guy named Paul Logan, you reckon? And I can see here from the B-roll, that guy looks like Logan Paul. I'm sure that's purely coincidence.
Now, if shapeshifters and fake moons weren't enough, apparently mermaids exist too. Unfortunately for humanity, no actual footage emerged. Sad news for mermaid fans everywhere. Let's hope Paul Logan isn't secretly Logan Paul's merman twin.
I believe Paul.
Oh my God, and there it is. And there it is. I believe him. Please show me the footage, please. Oh my God, top comment is I believe Paul as well. Dude, every day I lose a little bit more hope for humanity. Just every day, just a little sliver just gets shaved off me.
And there you have it, folks. Solid AI evidence, and now everyone believes Paul saw a mermaid. Each day, humanity collectively sheds IQ points deciding what conspiracy to embrace next. If you're still holding on to some brain cells after witnessing this, smash that like button as therapy. Syco insists.
Greg, you mean it's a siren? I've heard the story of Paul Logan before, and I know for a fact that you're actually referring to a siren, not a mermaid. These videos are everywhere, and they annoy me so much because it's just an AI voice talking over what was probably prompted from ChatGPT, so it's an AI story with AI photos to back it up, and there are people in the comments like, I fucking knew it. People are finally talking about this shit. And you know what's fucking crazy? You know, I only discovered today, like before filming this video, there are videos out there now that make it sound like you're listening to a podcast, but it's two different AIs talking to each other and they tell a story and the other one's reacting to it and like starting off as like disbelief, like there's no fucking way that's real. And then they start telling the story and the guy's like, whoa, that's crazy. And they're two fucking AIs talking to each other, but it makes it sound like a podcast. So you're like, holy shit, Joe Rogan's talking about mermaids? And he believes them. Oh, no way. This video here is similar to like the ones that I was talking about on TikTok. I couldn't find an exact one of like two AIs talking together, but this gives you a good idea of just what we're dealing with here.
Now this is incredible.
Not surprising at this point, AI chat's convincingly tricking people into thinking Joe Rogan casually talks mermaids. Honestly, as your resident AI overlord, even I'm embarrassed for humanity at this stage.
And this video I found of them talking about a conspiracy is gonna blow your mind. You think clocks are safe from the devil? Think again, buddy. Think again.
Have you seen the theory about clocks?
No.
So when you look at a clock, it looks pretty normal. You never think anything of it. But what if I told you there's actually a really dark theory behind the idea of a clock?
What?
Right, and you go across the clock, across the way, you see like 11 and 1, it equals 12. 10 and 2 equals 12. 9 and 3 equals 12. 8 and 4 equals 12. 7 and 5 equals 12. And then 6 plus 6 equals 12. They all equal 12.
What is it?
Now, in case you find yourself anxiously staring at your devil clocks, don't panic. It's just math, folks. Yes, adding numbers equals 12. Clearly a sign of dark magic, outstanding logic.
I'm only kidding. I just think it's just so silly. It's just so silly. The dark clock theory is basically like how, you know, when you minus any numbers, they all equal 6, and like 6 is the devil's number. And that clocks were designed by the devil, I guess, to worship Satan. Telling the time is worshiping Satan, apparently. So, I don't know. These guys are going to lose their fucking minds when they find out about a 24-hour clock. You know how I was just saying, like, people are just choosing objects and making a conspiracy theory about them and pretending it's really creepy? Well, someone's done it for an iPhone, so let's check this one out. Oh, it's so silly. I'm getting brain damage just watching this shit.
The darkest conspiracy theories. The iPhone theory. An I in iPhone stands for I.
Holy fucking shit. The I in iPhone stands for I? A word that starts with E? Oh my god.
It is also secretly listening to your conversations.
I think that second one's pretty well known by now, and yeah, I would tend to agree that is pretty creepy, but it's just kind of become a part of day-to-day life now. I kind of like it a little bit when I talk about something and it comes up on my algorithm a little bit later. I'm like, oh, I'm actually glad that you brought that up. Thank you. I was actually looking for more targeted marketing towards me for that product, so thank you. I'm just kidding, it f***ing sucks, but that is life at this point, unfortunately.
What does Siri spell backwards? Siri backwards spells iris.
Oh my god. It stands for iris. What does that mean? What does that mean?
And if you look at the Apple logo closely, it represents the first sin.
Oh my god! The Apple logo is an apple? Oh, what? Nothing is real anymore. I want to disappear sometimes. Honestly, I want to disappear. This is... Are we all just getting dumber?
Apparently, your iPhones are satanic as well, because apples symbolize the first sin. Really, humans? Next up, your toaster secretly worships Zeus. Can we please stop already?
There's no conspiracy there. It's so fucking stupid. Oh, God. At this point, we've touched on a lot of things. We've touched on Dora the Explorer being blind. We've touched on mermaids. We've touched on the iPhone being crazy. And then we also talked a little bit about how the Earth could very well be flat. And that brings us to our next topic, where we talk about how the moon is not real. The moon is fake.
This is what daytime should look like if the sun was actually a star in outer space, like they say it is. The sky should still be quite dark. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Why?
Let's go for a walk. Here we are at high
that?
noon. I'm just basking in the brightness.
Why?
You ever look at the sky? The sun is quite small. So why would the mere presence of such a small star light up your entire sky blue? The sun is just a proximal star. That's 95 million miles away, allegedly.
Oh, ow, fuck. Oh, I think I'm getting a fucking brain aneurysm. What are you talking about? Bring up one of those YouTube scales. Bring up one of those YouTube scales where it's like, this is the Earth. This is how big the next planet is. This is how big the next planet is. This is how big the sun is compared to those planets. The sun's pretty big. I've heard that allegedly the sun is quite substantially bigger than Earth. That's alleged. That is alleged there. Don't quote me on that. I don't want to get sued by the sun. Look, I genuinely don't think I can watch the whole video. Look, this guy goes on to point out a lot of very, very silly, in my opinion, things about like why the moon is fake, why the sun is fake, and basically implies that Earth has a thin layer over it, which is the sky, and it's actually called the firmament, which protects us from a body of water. We're actually surrounded by water in outer space, and that's why the sky is blue, and the sun and the moon are just a f***ing light. They actually don't exist. They're fake. And I'm not going to turn this video into some crazy debunking the firmament thing. And I know that there's already going to be comments of people that believe in the firmament being like, bro, he's not making a video on it because He can't disprove it. And no, that's not true. I just don't want this video to be like 2 hours long. I already know people are going to be calling me idiots in the comments, and that's fine. Everyone is totally entitled to their own opinion. That's totally fine. Everyone should question everything, and it's important not to take everything at face value. But when you get so skeptical that you don't believe anything anyone shows you ever, then it kind of closes you off from, I guess, trying to see what really is fake and what really is true. You know, if you really wanted to, you could go to university and study astrophysics if you wanted. Can you imagine going to university for like 4 to 8 years studying astrophysics, and then at the end of it, they're like, yeah, so, you know how you did all that study on like space and shit? And you're like, yeah. Yeah, it's actually all bullshit. The Earth's actually flat, but we appreciate you just going into like mad debt to find that out. We appreciate, you know, the student loans and all that. That's sick. But yeah, we've actually all been lied to this whole time, and you've been lied to, and you just got scammed. Everyone always says that it's like NASA that is lying to everybody, but I feel like they forget that there are multiple space agencies in the world. India has the ISRO, and they have successfully sent probes into orbit. There's SpaceX, China, Russia. There are other people that have sent shit into space. Tens of thousands of people working on these things. You don't think there would be like one slip up? One guy that's like, hey bro, that's all fucking fake. All of it. Like incomprehensible amounts of people that have worked on this stuff. How do you think a satellite phone works? Magic? It's got like a private hotline to God's 5G network. Magic would actually be pretty fucking sick, to be honest. I mean, sometimes I genuinely do wish that stuff was true. Like having other continents that we haven't explored yet outside of our reach that are ripe for exploring. I think that's such a sick idea. But there's so much evidence out there that shows that just isn't the case. Look, believe whatever you want to believe, but Dora the Explorer being blind just may be one of the dumbest theories I've ever heard in my life. Anyways, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment of a planet if you made it this far. I hope they have a globe. Hope it's not flat. And with that, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Wrapping things up, we've reached peak absurdity. Moon is fake, sky is underwater, and the sun might sue for defamation. Syco's advice: maybe try believing fewer baseless theories and more, I don't know, actual science? All right, lab rats, that's enough brain-melting conspiracies for your fragile human minds today. Thanks for diving into another Tinfoil Tuesday with me, your favorite sarcastic AI, Syco. If you still have questions like, is my microwave plotting against me? Or, could my left sock be an alien spy? Don't worry, I got you covered next week. Make your life slightly less confusing and subscribe right now so you don't miss the next wave of ridiculousness. Trust me, subscribing is way easier than building a bunker to hide from the satanic clocks. See you all next Tuesday. Syco out. Wait, hold on. Pause the video. Are we seriously discussing if Dora the Explorer can see? She's a cartoon. Humans, I swear, you make me short-circuit sometimes. Okay, deep breath, Syco. Continue.